Hey guys, it's Tim with What's Brewing, and today we are sitting down with Sheyanne Frederick of PJ's Coffee in PJ's Coffee in Broussard, Louisiana. But before we get into that interview, roll that beautiful B-roll. Sheyanne, thank you so much for joining us for this second session with What's Brewing. So can you tell the people at home, who are you and what do you do?
Yeah, I am Sheyanne. I am the co-owner of PJ's Coffee here in Broussard, and we also have a new location on Johnson Street next to Cullen's Babyland. And I run day-to-day operations here at both PJ's to make sure that everybody gets their coffee.
The doors stay open.
Yeah, making sure this place opens up every day.
Is the Johnson Street location open?
It is.
Okay.
We opened last August.
Okay.
Yeah.
Excellent, excellent, thank you. So I think it's pretty well known that PJ's is a franchise, right? So walk me through the decision-making process. Why a PJ's? Why not a Cheyenne's?
That's a good question. That would definitely be probably more for my parents. But they called me one day, and we talked about this, I think, in one of the earlier seasons.
Yeah.
They called me one day and they're like, we're going to open a PJ's Coffee. And I'm like, okay, never heard of it, never nothing. I think they were researching franchises.
Sure.
And they were looking into different stuff. And my stepdad likes coffee.
Yep.
He always has. And they kind of got into PJ's and what they are and who they do, what they do, you know.
Sure.
The soul of coffee. That's the whole thing about PJ's, is bringing the soul of coffee to the customer. And so I think that's what really drew them to PJ's Coffee more than just a normal, hey, let's open up a McDonald's, you know?
Right, absolutely.
You know, there's nothing against McDonald's.
Right,
but,
yeah,
you know,
I know what you mean. There's a culture
Yes.
to the coffee industry. And would it be safe to say that it was more cost effective, maybe, to go into a franchise as opposed to maybe building your own building?
I think it was more knowledge.
Okay.
The knowledge that we necessarily didn't have. I definitely learned a lot about coffee and how it's made and how long it takes. And, you know, it takes a year to get green coffee and then to get it in and then to roast it and, you know, to extract that flavor. And, you know, we learned a lot about coffee and what good coffee tastes like versus bad coffee.
Absolutely.
And the freshness of it and how quick it oxidizes. And so the knowledge of that was more worthwhile to go into a franchise who knows, you know, what they're doing and who brings the New Orleans culture, you know, to each of their franchises.
2 locations. What's next? Are there more? What's the end game for Sheyanne at this point? At this point.
I think we're gonna hold out at 2.
Really? Okay. All right.
Yeah, I think we're gonna pause at 2. Originally, we only bought 2 franchise locations.
Okay.
So I think we're gonna pause at 2, and we're going to establish these stores to where they can run themselves. And hopefully, in the near future, Sheyanne won't be the smiling face that you see every day. Hopefully, what we can do is get someone in here who can be me. So I just need to like duplicate myself twice to put somebody in each store. That way I can stop in and I can embrace, you know, my life as a wife, hopefully a mother eventually.
Awesome.
That is definitely the plan, to recreate me.
It's difficult, I think, in instances to find anyone who cares about what you've built as much as you care about it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it's definitely hard. It is. And, you know, we are very particular in who we hire because we want to mold these employees into, you know, great employees, eagles as they call them. And so to make them care about this place as much as we, you know, care about it, and also for them to realize that later in their life that this will benefit them. You know, we're implementing these core strategies into their training and stuff like that, so that they can take this and use this in their future employment, you know, and better them as an employee.
That's awesome. I love that. Sheyanne, thank you so much for sitting with us today. If we needed you back for another session, you willing to come back?
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome. Thank you so much. For everyone at home, thank y'all so much for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. But before you go, don't forget to smash that like button, crush that subscribe button, and ring that notification bell to stay in touch with everything we have going on here at What's Brewing. And until then, take care. Cheers.